which makes reading, holding a book, or turning a page difficult or impossible. The content is copyrighted by the respective publishers. For more information, please visit us on the web at nfradioreading.org.
Hello, this is Pat Connolly, and for the next hour I'll be reading from the April 3rd, 2026 issue of the Tribune Sentinel, covering Niagara County and Grand Island on the Niagara Frontier Radio Reading Service. Well, here's an article about Hibbards. Hibbards Original Frozen Custard begins 87th season in Lewiston. There's a photo with scenes from past opening days at Hibbards Original Frozen Custard, as well as a special event with Grammy Award winner Gary Baker from last summer. By Joshua Maloney. Oh, the suspense. With the opening of Hibbards Original Frozen Custard stand so close, patrons could taste it. Apparently, they grew tired of that saying and instead wanted to taste that world-famous custard. Quoting, "This year, I don't know what the difference is, but we have had just like hundreds of inquiries about, when are we opening? When are we opening? When are we opening? From people coming into the liquor store next door to Hibbards, from people around town," proprietor, end quote, proprietor Chris Trunzo of the liquor store said Tuesday. Continuing the quote, "People are just calling the custard stand number to find when we're opening. I don't know what the difference is this year. Normally people are asking, but we had to actually put a sign in the liquor store window, which we never did before, that said, 'Custard stand opening Friday, April 3rd. They were just getting bombarded with questions from people coming into the liquor store asking," end quote. Alas, opening day is here. Alas? And it's just very humbling that people are still that in love with custard, Trunzo said. That warm feeling for a cold dessert is the result of nearly 90 years of craftsmanship behind the counter at 185 Portage Road, Lewiston. As the Hibbards history sheet explains, entrepreneur Harold Frederick Hibbard, Trunzo's grandfather, had enjoyed several successful business endeavors before launching his frozen custard business in 1939. In the late 1930s, while wintering in Florida, a persistent Mr. Hibbard convinced his friend and neighbor, whose family had been operating an ice cream and frozen custard stand since 1902, to share his specialty frozen custard formula with him. To launch his frozen custard business, Harold persuaded Chaplin Dairy in Rochester, not far from where the product was invented on Coney Island in 1919, to make the special custard mix for him. Quoting, "In the early days, the mix was shipped by train in cars whose only source of refrigeration was insulated jackets, which they would wrap around the 10-gallon stainless steel milk cans for the trip to the Suspension Bridge Terminal in Niagara Falls." End quote. Fortunately, delivery is a little more practical these days, and the Hibbard family has settled on its own particular brand of flavorings, while adding in ice cream and novelties, and even partnered with the likes of Bare Naked Ladies and Gary Baker for signature selections. Hibbard's Original Frozen Custard is one of the oldest family-owned, continuously operated frozen custard stands still serving from its original location. In fact, it's top 10 in the U.S. But enough of this. There's that custard you all want so much. To start the season, Hibbard's Original Frozen Custard will be open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily, extending hours once summer starts and school ends. We'll see you there. Another food article. Readers, the Beach House has Western New York's best fish fry. Grand Island Restaurant takes back the title first won more than a decade ago, by Joshua Maloney, with photos of fish fry and Mike Mangan. When it comes to fish fries, the Beach House has history on its side. The Grand Island Restaurant at 5584 East River Road was the second eatery to win Western New York's Best Fish Fry, Niagara Frontier Publications' annual Easter contest, and the first to repeat, actually taking 3 straight titles from 2013 to 2015. More importantly, quoting, "We have a lot of experience here. I don't want to brag in any way, but I probably have cooked more fish fries than almost anyone that you could ever meet," owner Mike Mangan said Tuesday. "If they had a Guinness Book of Records for who's cooked the most fish fries, I think I might be pretty near the top," he noted. "I've been in the restaurant business since I was a teenager in the 1970s. I managed a couple of restaurants in the early 1980s, and when I came here, actually in 1984, was when I took over the Beach House. That's how many years." Ending quote. At the Beach House, Mangan's not just frying fish on Fridays. Quoting, "My first year here, when Lent came, of course the first day of Lent is Ash Wednesday, and when Lent came, we did not have a fish fry on that day. When Lent came, we did not have a fish fry on that day, and the phone rang off the wall, and I was really embarrassed," he recalled. "I felt like, wow, really missed the boat here, and people were upset. And so I said, by golly, next year we're going to have a fish fry on Ash Wednesday, and so we did, and it went really good." End quote. 2 fish fry days was an improvement, but it wasn't enough. A couple of years later, Mangan realized, "I get fresh fish delivery here on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I thought, why not do a fish fry on Thursday also? And so we started that, and that went over great. It just about doubled our normal Thursday business." He said, "Something I've noticed since we started the Wednesday fish fry back in what would have been about the mid-1980s, I noticed a lot of other restaurants doing Wednesday fish fries. I'm not trying to take any credit, but I believe that we were the first to do a Wednesday fish fry." Despite its celebrated history, the Beach House also found itself pretty near the top of Western New York's Best Fish Fry contest in recent years, but falling short to the likes of recent champions the Village Inn on Grand Island and Apple Granny Restaurant in Lewiston. That changed this spring when Tribune Sentinel Dispatch readers again decided the Beach House is home to Western New York's best fish fry. Public comments were plentiful and included, "It has good flavor and the sides are good too. Best tasting, large portions. They give you a large proportion and it tastes delicious. Fish is very tender and perfectly done. French fries were hot and crispy. Excellent. Always great batter and choice of sizes, large and even larger. Max gives great surface. Always fresh, nice and flaky, cooked perfectly, nice and crispy." "It means a lot," Mangan said. "It's like, wow. I'm very thankful, very, very thankful that people appreciate what we do. It's a lot of work and a lot of years of work, so I'm really thankful. We have great customers." He added, "Couldn't do it without my staff. I have a great staff of people here. I really do. And I'm so thankful. We're a team. Working here, it's almost like it's not work. I'm not going to say it's play, because it's not, but it's like being a part of a team, almost like being a part of a sports team. If you would like to hear the continuation of this rather long article about the beach house, you can call the Niagara Frontier Radio Reading Service at 716-821-5555, and staff will read the continuation of this rather long article to you. Here's an article about the Nancy Price Memorial Run. Headline: Friends of Youngstown sets date for Nancy Price Memorial Run. It's a Friends of Youngstown press release. The 32nd annual Nancy Price Memorial Run will be held starting at 6:30 p.m. Friday, May 8th, starting and finishing at Griffin Brewing, 200 Lockport Street, Youngstown. The scenic course takes walkers and runners through the village of Youngstown and beautiful Fort Niagara State Park. The half-mile Kids Fun Run takes place at 6 p.m. and will feature a course through Faulkner Park. The annual race is led by the Friends of Youngstown, a not-for-profit organization that works to revitalize, improve, and ensure long-term sustainability of the village of Youngstown. The Friends of Youngstown is grateful for the continued support of Domino's Lewiston Tops, which has once again generously contributed to the run as the title sponsor of the event. The race honors Nancy Price, the former recreation director who succumbed to cancer in 1994. It is open to participants ages 14 and under, up to seniors ages 75 and older. Proceeds from the event go toward the annual Nancy and Vicki Price Memorial Scholarships, which are given out to graduates from the area who possess the values Nancy held and who are active in the community. The Friends of Youngstown and Griffin Brewing are once again collaborating on the Nancy Price Memorial Lager, which is available for sale online now and through the event. Proceeds will help to support the Friends of Youngstown. Online registration is open and continues right to the start of the race on May 8th. Race categories include 14 and under, 15 to 19, 20 to 29, 30 to 39, 40 to 49, 50 to 59, 60 to 69, 70 to 79, and 80 and older. The race is organized by the Race Management Solutions. Sign-up costs are as follows. The half-mile Kids Fun Run is $15 through race day. The 5-kilometer run/walk for ages 18 and younger is $20 pre-sale, $25 race day. The 5K run/walk ages 19 and older is $25 pre-sale, $30 race day. Individuals who register by April 25th will be guaranteed a dry fit race shirt. The first $15 Fun Run registrants will receive a Youngstown Rec tote bag, Youngstown Recreation Department tote bag. For more on the Nancy Price Memorial Run, including online sign-up, visit https://nancyprice.etsyourrace.com. event.aspx?ID equal 103. To inquire about sponsorship opportunities, contact Christine Rath at this is an email address, FOY14174 at outlook.com. Visit https://www.foy14174.com. You are listening to a reading of articles and features from the Tribune Sentinel covering Niagara County and Grand Island on the Niagara Frontier radio reading service. Next, Grand Island senior student named Youth of the Year. Sienna Sarkis, a senior at Grand Island High School, was selected by her counselor, Cheryl Kavanaugh, as the Youth of the Year for the Erie Niagara Sunrise Exchange Club. The Exchange Club honors one senior from each of 6 area high schools to participate in the national program, according to Barbara Tucker, chairman of the event. The student, her counselor, and parents are invited to a breakfast meeting at the Olympic Restaurant in Kenmore. At the event on March 11th, Sienna read her essay that followed the theme of how she has contributed to society and how she envisions her future in community service. Sienna was described by Kavanaugh as, quoting, a visible student, a true leader, who is a role model and involved in a wide range of activities, including class president for 4 years. End quote. Sienna outlined her community service that began in middle school when she joined the youth branch of the Rotary Club. Quoting, one of the most meaningful experiences was volunteering at the town's Relay for Life, where I was standing with Rotary members dedicated to supporting cancer research, she said. Sienna was accompanied to the breakfast by her parents, Carolyn Massaro and Jolynn Sarkis, and John Sarkis Jr. Sienna received a certificate and a monetary award from Exchange Club member Tammy Stengel, MC of the event. The Exchange Club's competition starts at the local level, where branches and the local districts select their own Youth of the Year winner. The club's winner is sent for district competition, and the district winners then compete on the national level for a $20,000 scholarship. A local politics article. Goetsch announces re-election campaign for Niagara County Legislature. Niagara County Legislator Jesse Goetsch has announced his candidacy for re-election this November to represent the 7th District, which spans most of Wheatfield and the Gratwick section of North Tonawanda. First elected in 2019, Goetsch, Gooch, G-O-O-C-H. Gooch is seeking another term to continue delivering results focused on senior services, infrastructure improvements, tax relief, and affordability. Quoting, quality of life and affordability have always been my top priorities, Gooch said. Families in Niagara County deserve safe neighborhoods and leadership that puts their concerns first, end quote. Gooch currently serves as chairman of the county's Community Services Committee and is also a member of the Infrastructure Committee, where he has played an active role in advancing key initiatives that benefit residents across the district. A strong advocate for seniors, Gooch has worked closely with the county's Office for Aging to support initiatives aimed at making meals more affordable and expanding transportation services, helping older residents maintain independence and quality of life. Gooch has been instrumental in securing several key infrastructure improvements throughout the district, including the reconfiguration of the entrance at Oppenheim Park, and the expansion of lanes at the intersection of Niagara Falls Boulevard and Ward Road. In 2022, he worked with local and state officials to ensure CSX repaired the damaged railroad crossing at Shawnee Road and Niagara Falls Boulevard. Throughout his tenure, Gooch has supported numerous nonprofit organizations and community initiatives by helping secure over $30,000 annually in grant funding. These efforts have benefited organizations such as Project Future Western New York, Hearts in Bloom Buffalo, Adams Fire Company, St. Johnsburg Fire Company, Miracle in North Tonawanda, and others. He has also supported small businesses through the county's facade improvement program, which has invested approximately $9 million into revitalizing storefronts across the district in the wake of COVID-19. It has been an honor to serve the residents of the 7th District, Gooch said. I'm asking for your vote this November so we can continue strengthening public safety, supporting our children, seniors, and veterans, and building a stronger future for Niagara County. End quote. In addition to his public service, Gooch is the owner of Painters Plus in North Tonawanda. Through his Project Hope initiative, his company has donated more than $145,000 in free paint services to homeowners facing hardship in North Tonawanda and Wheatfield since 2010. Gooch also serves as a representative to the Niagara Military Affairs Council, NIMAC, supporting initiatives that strengthen the region's military community and contribute to economic growth. In 2017, Gooch founded the Thursdays on the Water concert series at Gratwick Park, helping to showcase the waterfront while strengthening community engagements and supporting local nonprofits. Gooch resides in Wheatfield with his son Tyler and daughter London. He is the endorsed Republican and Conservative candidate for the general election this November. Here is an article about an upcoming event. Grand Island's Lawnmower Race set for Flag Day. By Karen Carr Keefe, senior contributing writer. Bring out the red, white, and blue. There's a new patriotic theme for the annual Mary Dunbar D'Aloisio Memorial Lawnmower Race. That's because it's being held on Flag Day, Sunday, June 14th. The event, a longtime Father's Day tradition, was switched to Flag Day this year so as not to conflict with the Thunder of Niagara Air Show. When the air show recently was canceled, race organizers kept the new date anyway because plans already had gone full throttle. The day's events. The lawnmower race takes place from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at 3957 West River Parkway on the median closest to Long Road. There's a range of categories for the lawnmowers, from stock mowers to ones that will do 70 miles per hour and 300 feet. In addition to the mower races, the day includes the Kevin Doring Memorial 5K Walk Run, a golf cart race, a kids mower race, mowers will be provided, a car, bike, truck show, games, and food for purchase. Proceeds from the lawnmower race go to support Grand Island's Relay for Life, which takes place from 3 to 10:30 p.m. Saturday, June 6th at the Town Commons, 1959 Whitehaven Road. The lawnmower event is named after Mary Dunbar D'Aloisio, longtime relay chair, who died in 2017. Lynn Marston Dingy, pointed out that this year marks the 25th anniversary of Grand Island's Relay for Life. Dingy, who co-chairs the relay with Kim Kelman and Wendy Napier, is on the organizing committee for the lawnmower race as well. Committee members Mary Ida of the Moose Lodge said Grand Island's veterans organizations will provide a color guard and conduct the opening ceremony. Gary Roche said plans include having 2 scout troops involved in the day's events. He said that with the Flag Day theme and the nation's 250th anniversary, there's a role for the Scouts in helping to respectfully retire old or worn-out flags. Quoting, "The thought is to have the Boy Scouts take old flags, and we can start the program now. Anybody who has any old flags, save them for this event, and also the Scouts can sell new flags," Roche said. He suggested the Scouts could conduct an online search, find a supplier, and take orders for new flags. History of the lawnmower competition. The lawnmower race is a Grand Island tradition that began nearly 50 years ago with a boast between 2 West River Parkway residents over whose lawnmower was the fastest. In the summer of 1978, longtime Islander and realtor Floyd Doring issued a small neighborhood challenge. Quoting, "I was cutting my grass, and I finished cutting it, and a guy by the name of Pat Murphy lived next door to me, and Pat was cutting his grass, and he stopped, and he said, 'My grass cutter is faster than yours,'" Doring recalled, "and I said, 'Do you want to race?' And he says, 'Let's do it.' So we went out in the street. There was nobody there, and we just raced, and we went up to Sunset Drive and back, and we had the first lawnmower race." End quote. Doring still claims he won that race, and his friends say he is still the inspiration for the fun event and fundraiser that attracts more and more people each year. Doring plans to ride a golf cart this year. Special features. Ida said the Flag Day theme will be a part of the entire event. A raffle will be held to win a 65 by 82-inch quilt depicting a flag donated by the River Lee Quilters Guild. Free events include a photo booth, face painting, and axe throwing. Everything we do to decorate in the food area will be based on the flag, including the goodie bags, Edie said. The event schedule. Lawnmower race, registration 9 a.m., driver's meeting 10:30 a.m., test runs 11 a.m., race, including the kids' mower race, noon, awards after the races. Kevin Doring Memorial 5K Walk and Run, registration 9 a.m., start 10 a.m. Car, Bike, Truck Show, registration 9 a.m., show 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Refreshments, hot dogs, hamburgers, beverages, 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. There's an upcoming relay fundraiser, Bowling and Baskets for Relay, 2 to 5 p.m. Sunday, April 19th at Malwitz's Island Lanes, 1887 Whitehaven Road. 3 hours of cosmic bowling, pizza, and pop. Proceeds to benefit Relay for Life, Grand Island, $25 per person, 12 and under, $20 per person. There's a little left in this article. Relay for Life of Grand Island. The theme, Superheroes United to Fight. Come dressed as your favorite hero. Where and when? 3 p.m. Saturday, June 6th, Town Commons. Contact 1-800-227-2345 or www.relayforlife.org/Grand Island NY. Events: Survivor Celebration, 2:30 to 8 p.m. Kid Zone, 3 to 8 p.m. Vendors and basket raffle, 3 to 8 p.m. Food, 3 to 8 p.m. Survivor ceremony, 3 p.m. Music by Rusty Nickel, 4 p.m. Costume contest lap, 5:30 p.m. Music by Eric Spar Band, 6 p.m. Movie night, 8 p.m. Luminaria ceremony, 10:15 p.m. You are listening to a reading of articles and features from the April 3rd Tribune Sentinel covering Niagara County and Grand Island on the Niagara Frontier Radio Reading Service. A local celebrity. Celebration of the century in Lockport. Alice Remus turns 100. Heritage Manor of Lockport press release. Be kind to others and stay active. That's the advice of Heritage Manor of Lockport resident Alice Remus, who turned 100 years old on March 19th. Alice grew up in Heartland, attending school in a 2-room schoolhouse. After graduating from Gasport High School, she went on to attend St. Joseph's Business School, eventually working for the Lockport Union Sun and Journal. Alice has 5 children who have blessed her with nearly 50 grandchildren and great-grandchildren. I am most proud of my family who have always supported me and each other, she said. We have always had the best times when we were together. Alice said she's fortunate to have been able to travel in campers, buses, and cruise ships. She moved into Heritage Manor of Lockport in August of 2019. I'm always treated well, and I'm very happy here, she said. For more information about Heritage Manor of Lockport, contact Administrator Tricia Dussett at 716-433-7626 or email tdusett@DePaul, DEPAUL.org. This is an advertisement for an event, a speaker. From the speaker series of 2026 at the Buffalo Launch Club, Where Water Met Wood, Grand Island, the Erie Canal, and a Global Lumber Trade. The speaker will be Val Cronin, the interim executive director of the Chamber of Commerce of the Tonawondas. Description: Val, a lifelong resident of the Tonawondas and a distinguished Toastmaster, will take you back to when the canal was just an idea and how it came to be. The obstacles, solutions, and impact not only on the local area but on our nation as well. How Yankee ingenuity succeeded in completing the largest civic project of the time without even one engineer. Learn how the women lived during this time and their contribution to social reform, the suffrage movement, and their contribution to social reform, the suffrage movement, and their crucial participation in the burgeoning economy. Then, years later in 1890, how the area became the lumber capital of the world. Then again in 1903 and 1906, the role the Tonawondas, Tonawanda Island, and Grand Island played in getting that recognition. Val's buoyant mixture of facts and storytelling makes for a fun night of local history. This will be at the Buffalo Launch Club, 503 East River Road, Grand Island, New York, 14072, on April 18th at 6:30 p.m. Doors open at 5 p.m. Cash bar available. $49 per person. Includes appetizers and house salad, turkey dinner with gravy, roasted potatoes and asparagus, rolls and butter, cookies and coffee, and it includes the tax and gratuity in the $49. Register by April 11th because space is limited, and a portion of ticket sales will go to the Grand Island Historical Society and Chamber of Commerce of the Tonawondas. Another advertisement is for Niagara County's largest garage sale. In Lewiston, Youngstown, Sanborn, Ransomville, and Porter, it'll be the 34th annual 10-mile garage sale on Thursday, June 4th, Friday, June 5th, Saturday, June 6th, and Sunday, June 7th. The deadline for participation for signing up is May 13th. The cost to participate is $25. And for more information, you can call 716-773-7676. An obituary for Joseph H. Bowman, his dates being February 29th, 1932 to March 22nd, 2026. Joseph H. Bowman was the beloved husband of the late Shirley Bowman, dear father of Scott and Angel Bowman, loving grandfather of Gabriel and Christy Bowman, Andrew Bowman, the late Stephen Bowman, Jason and Brittany and Todd and Ashley Colasar, cherished great-grandfather of Harbor, Violet, Meadow, and Autumn Bowman, Zachary Osland Long, Bree, Eve, Elora, Ariel, Rebecca, and Nehemia Colasar. He is also survived by his sister Lorraine and Daniel Reynolds, and many nieces and nephews. Born in Hanover Township, Pennsylvania, Joseph proudly served in the U.S. Navy. Following his honorable discharge, he moved to Buffalo, where he met the love of his life, Shirley. He worked at Bell Aerospace and the Chevrolet Tonawanda plant. While working, he attended Bryant and Stratton Business College and began a career in accounting with Stone and Webster during the Huntley Power Station expansion. After time with Dunlop Tire, he settled into a long and distinguished career with Hooker Chemical and Occidental Chemical. A dedicated lifelong learner, Joseph graduated from Millard Fillmore College in 1975 and retired in 1993. Interment will be held at the Western New York National Cemetery. No prior visitation, arrangements by Castiglia Funeral Home. In lieu of flowers, memorials may be made to Hospice Buffalo, the SPCA serving Erie County, or Knox Church in Kenmore. Here is an opinion article. Catholic Charities brings hope to neighbors when it's needed most. It is by Dan Mecca, the Appeal 2026 chair. For more than 100 years, Catholic Charities has stood alongside Western New Yorkers during some of the hardest chapters of their lives. Today, nearly 1 in every 10 people in our region will be touched by its work. That's not just a statistic. It represents children, parents, seniors, and neighbors who need support to steady their footing and move forward. Hope takes many forms inside Catholic Charities. It's a mother receiving counseling so she can hold her family together during a time of stress. It's an older adult who no longer has to choose between paying for medication or buying groceries. It's a domestic violence offender finding healing and coping strategies to end the cycle of violence. It's a young person struggling with anxiety or depression who finally finds someone willing to listen. The need in Western New York has not gone away. In many cases, it has grown. mental health challenges continue to rise. Food insecurity remains a daily concern for thousands of families. For some, a single unexpected expense can trigger a crisis. In moments like these, having somewhere to turn can make all the difference. As chair of the 2026 appeal, I've seen firsthand how essential this annual campaign is. The appeal funds dozens of programs, from in-school social work and family stabilization to mental health counseling and support for older adults. It ensures that when someone walks through the door feeling scared or uncertain, they are met with compassion and practical help. This year's goal of $8 million reflects both the economic pressures families are facing and the very real challenges nonprofit organizations are navigating. The number of people Catholic Charities can serve is directly tied to the generosity of our community. Simply put, the support we receive determines how many lives can be changed. Every dollar donated stays right here in Western New York. Every gift helps someone, regardless of faith or background. And every act of generosity becomes part of someone else's story of hope. We all want to live in a community where neighbors look out for one another. Supporting the appeal is one way to make that belief real. Because Catholic Charities serves all, we invite all who can to give. We are counting on you to stand with Catholic Charities in helping to bring hope to Western New York, today, tomorrow, and throughout 2026. Appeal 2026 runs through June 30th. I invite anyone who is able to join us in standing with Catholic Charities and with the thousands of Western New Yorkers who are counting on that hope. Well, both Easter and Dingus Day are now in the recent past, but here are the top 15 fun facts about the Easter Bunny. Hop to it, readers. Whether you're Team Chocolate Ears First or Jelly Bean Scavenger, this edition of the Little Winds blog is all about the springtime legend who makes sugar appear, delivers eggs with suspicious stealth, and somehow never in a full fur coat. Here are 15 quirky, delightful, and extra surprising facts about our floppy-eared friend the Easter Bunny, because honestly, 10 facts just weren't enough. Let's hop to it. 1. The Easter Bunny was originally a hare, not a rabbit. Hares are larger, faster, and live above ground. Clearly, the OG stealthy egg dropper. 2. The tradition of the Easter Bunny started in Germany in the 1700s, where kids believed in the Osterhase, a hare that laid colored eggs. 3. He's multilingual. The Easter Bunny is known as Paschas in Dutch, Lapin de Pâques in French, and Osterhase in German. 4. The original Easter nest tradition involved children making grass-filled hats or baskets for the bunny to lay eggs in. 5. The first edible Easter bunnies were made in Germany during the 1800s, crafted out of sugar and pastry, not chocolate. 6. Early versions of the Easter Bunny were rabbits with jobs. Some wore clothes and acted like judgmental springtime Santas. 7. The Easter Bunny is big business. 90 million chocolate bunnies are produced in the U.S. each year, and yes, 76% of us eat the ears first. 8. He's got international colleagues. In Switzerland, it's a cuckoo. In parts of Germany, a fox. In France, a bell. The bunny isn't working solo. 9. Some shopping malls train Easter bunnies like Santa Claus with hand gestures, safety training, and how to comfort nervous kids. 10. Real bunnies can run up to 45 miles per hour, technically faster than Usain Bolt. No wonder we never catch him hiding eggs. 11. The White House Easter egg roll is more than tradition. It was a historic moment for public racial integration and equal pay. 12. Most illustrations show the Easter Bunny painting or carrying eggs left-handed. Coincidence or quirky canon? 13. Victorian-era Easter cards featured bunnies sipping tea, painting eggs, and dancing, basically the origin of cottagecore. 14. Jelly beans weren't always sweet. Early versions were herbal. Now, over 16 billion are eaten each year for Easter. 15. Easter baskets mimic bird nests, symbolizing spring, growth, and fertility. Functional and poetic. You are listening to a reading of articles and features from the April 3rd, 2026 Tribune Sentinel covering Niagara County and Grand Island on the Niagara Frontier Radio Reading Service. Well, Dingus Day has also gone by, but here's an interesting article. North Tonawanda Neighborhood Watch to host 6th Annual Dingus Day Parade and Party. Western New York music and history champion Rick Falkowski named Grand Marshal. It's by the North Tonawanda Neighborhood Watch. It's a press release. The North Tonawanda Neighborhood Watch announced the 6th Annual Dingus Day Parade and After Party taking place Monday, April 6th, with the parade stepping off at 5 p.m. This year's event includes several updates designed to keep the celebration free for attendees, sustainable, and supportive of local nonprofits. The parade route has been changed. Participants will line up on Thompson Street between Oliver Street and Lincoln Avenue before traveling along Oliver Street, Gundry Street, and Webster Street, crossing the Renaissance Bridge into the city of Tonawanda. The parade will conclude near Canal Street, where the free after-party will take place at the Canal Street Pavilion. This year's parade will be led by Grand Marshal Rick Falkowski. Falkowski has spent more than 6 decades preserving and promoting Western New York's music and entertainment heritage. He's the founder of the Buffalo Music Hall of Fame, owner of Buffalo History Books, coordinator of Tonawanda's Gateway Harbor Concerts, and the author of numerous books on local music and history dedicated to sharing the stories and legacy of Buffalo and Western New York. I'm honored to be named this year's Grand Marshal, Falkowski said. Polish tradition is a proud part of my heritage, and my Dingus Day roots run deep through my family's involvement with the Chopin Singing Society, where Buffalo's modern public celebration began. I look forward to celebrating the traditions of renewal and merriment with friends and family across North Tonawanda and Tonawanda. Following the parade, the celebration continues at Canal Street with live music by Captain Tom and the Hooligans, a beer tent hosted by Sweeney Ho's Volunteer Fire Company No. 7, and food from the Lions Club of the Tonawandas, Vietnam Veterans of America Chapter 77, Twin Cities Elks Lodge 860, and Coffee and Stone Cafe. In keeping with the tradition of giving back, this year's featured charity is Nickel City Canine Rescue, which will be on site with raffles and rescue dogs. They will also be at the Dingus Day pre-party at Fatty Beer on Saturday, April 4th. Also to benefit the organization, with $1 from every draft beer purchased, donated to the cause. Residents and visitors alike are invited to join the fun and experience this lively celebration of Polish-American tradition, music, and community pride. Bring your family, friends, and Dingus Day spirit for an evening of parade festivities and waterfront celebration. For more information, visit nt-dingusday.com. Of course, this event has gone by. An event on Grand Island. Relay for Life on Grand Island. Donuts and purple bows support the Relay for Life. Story by Alice Gerard. If you're in the mood for some Krispy Kreme donuts, or if you'd like to treat friends and family to the donuts, you will have the opportunity to purchase them and support the Grand Island Relay for Life at the same time. During Relay for Life's annual Paint the Town Purple event, scheduled for May 9th, boxes of Krispy Kreme donuts will be available for sale. The boxes, each containing a dozen original glazed donuts, will be sold from 10 a.m. to noon, May 9th, at the Town Hall parking lot, or until the donuts are sold out. You can order donuts by emailing Lynn Marston Dingy at lyndingy@outlook.com. Lynn Dingy spelled LYNNDINGEY @outlook.com. We will have a limited supply of donuts for purchase that day, but they go fast, so we recommend people pre-order to be sure we have donuts for them, explained Dingy, the Relay for Life co-chair. We're also painting the town purple on May 9th with purple bows to show support for all cancer survivors. We'll have bows available for $5 each for anybody that would like to purchase one to tie on a tree, mailbox, porch, etc. to show their support. People can buy bows at the donut pickup on May 9th or at the Signet, 1869 Whitehaven Road, anytime their store is open from May 9th until the day of relay. Dingy said the donuts are great for Mother's Day, graduations, breakfast, snacking, pretty much any time. The donut sale, Dingy said, is being organized by the committee, but any teams that want to collect orders will have their sales credited to their team. This year's Relay for Life will be held June 6th at Town Commons. Relay event information and information for our other fundraisers can be found at www.relayforlife.org/Grand Island NY, Dingy said. Here's an advertisement for 2 open houses at SUNY Niagara, formerly Niagara County Community College, April 23rd, 5:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m., and at the Niagara Falls Culinary Institute, April 25th, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Register today, it says, and it shows a QR code that you would have to shoot with a smartphone. Youngstown Free Library offers academic scholarship. Press release. The Youngstown Free Library and Friends of the Youngstown Library mutually invite eligible students to apply for the Ruby Carey Memorial Scholarship with April 24th as the submission deadline. This scholarship award of $1,500, funded by both organizations, will be presented to the successful candidate upon entering college or university to assist in the purchase of textbooks and required materials in pursuit of higher education. Eligibility requirements include being a Youngstown or Town of Porter resident planning to attend an accredited college, community college, university, or vocational school within 12 months. The student must also possess a current library card in good standing from any library in the Niagara system, and a photocopy of the library card must be submitted with the completed application. Additional requirements are delineated on the formal applications, which are available at the Lewiston Porter Senior High School Guidance Office, at the Youngstown Free Library, or on the Youngstown Free Library website. The Ruby Carey Memorial Scholarship is designed to honor a deserving student who demonstrated some of the attributes exhibited by Carey, who helped organize the Youngstown Free Library in 1949 and became a highly valued member of the staff. Finally today, Erie County Sheriff's Office launches a new smartphone app by John C. Garcia, Erie County Sheriff's Office. As technology evolves and the primary methods by which people consume information change, law enforcement must adapt as well. Organizations like the Erie County Sheriff's Office must keep the people they protect and serve informed on what's going on in their neighborhoods. It was evident to me when I took office that there were ways we could better connect with members of the community. This is a primary reason that I launched the Community Engagement Team in 2024. We now have deputies specifically assigned to listen to your concerns and take action when appropriate. It's time to take the next step. The Erie County Sheriff's Office is partnering with Tip 411 to launch a new smartphone application. You can download the Erie Co. Sheriff, that is Co for County, app for free from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. So that's Erie Co as one word, E-R-I-E-C-O, Sheriff, from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. The Pew Research Center reports that 91% of adults in the U.S. own a smartphone, up from 70% just 10 years ago. These shifting habits across society necessitate action on our part, and we are answering that call by launching this app. We owe it to you to make it as easy as possible to report a concern about your community. Here's how it works. When you launch the Erie Co. Sheriff app, you will find the option to submit a tip. You'll be asked to enter a subject, location, and description of the problem. You can leave your name and contact information in the description if you'd like, but you don't have to. Each tip can be completely anonymous if you wish. You can also attach a photograph or video to help us better understand the issue, if appropriate. That's it. No need to call 911, no need to go to one of our substations. This can all be done in a minute or less. Importantly, this form is for non-emergency issues only. If you see a time-sensitive emergency occurring, we ask you to call 911. If you download the app, you can also opt to receive push alert notifications about public safety news from your town and across the county. I'm also pleased to share with you that we are teaming up with our partners at the Erie County Department of Homeland Security and Emergency Services to include information about the Erie County Sheriff's Office in the Ready Erie app. That's Ready Erie. You can now find a list of active warrants, a roster of incarcerated individuals, our substation locations, and much more. These developments are all aimed at making it easy for you to connect with us. We look forward to hearing from you. This is from John Garcia, the Erie County Sheriff. You have been listening to a reading of articles and features from the April 3rd, 2026 issue of the Tribune Sentinel covering Niagara County and Grand Island. We read from the Tribune Sentinel every Saturday at 4 p.m. Your reader has been Pat Connolly. Thank you for listening.
Coming up next in the Niagara Frontier Radio Reading Service, we have the Lockport Union Sun and Journal. At 6 o'clock, we got the Wall Street Journal Off Duty. And at 7 o'clock, we got Harper's Magazine. Stay with us for these readings and more. If you or people you know shop at any of the Dash's supermarkets, please save Dash's register tapes for radio reading. Our agency receives $2 for every $100 in Dash's register tapes. Radio reading has raised thousands of dollars so far. Anyone can drop off their Dashes tapes to the Niagara Frontier Radio Reading Service at 1199 Harlem Road, Cheektowaga, between William and Clinton Streets. Or Dashes tapes can be mailed to the Niagara Frontier Radio Reading Service at 11. The following program is intended for listeners who are blind, have low vision, or have another print disability.